Hi-oh, Beaver! Away!
Well, welcome everyone. Welcome back. We're in the playoffs. This is the GG Tour locked down and loaded. This is the third lockdown throwdown tournament. This one's sponsored by GG Tour. We've had all the group stages and now it's time to knock out some fools. But what team or what match did we decide to actually watch now?
Yeah, it was a tough choice. We ended up settling with God Complex out of the open group against Ngolo's Kingdom from the invite bracket. We'll see how this goes here.
Ngolo banned Metalworks, and then they picked Process, Complex picked Granary, Ngolo banned Sunshine, and then Complex banned Gollywash, the bastards. So that means that Snakewater was left over.
TF2 as we have Ngolo's Kingdom go up against God Complex for map 1 of this first playoffs game.
Indeed, this is going to be very exciting. This is best out of 3 maps. So obviously, if you lose the first one, you're not out yet. We have a pretty fast rollout here from Smile. He's going to put on some spam down to the demo. It does a fair bit of damage because both of the soldiers from the red team here, Garcon, they're pretty slow to come in here, but they're going to do a big bomb in here. At least one of them goes in deep onto the leg and actually gets him. Ascent goes down immediately, and both medics actually just going to be the first victims on this mid. Smile dodges a big air shot, but it's going to be only one scout remaining. He's going to need to do a Herculean effort if he wants to do anything, but I think he's just going to lurk around here.
Alright, Slash, the only survivor, does not make this look too pretty. The early bomb into Ascent, both good and bad here for the side of God Complex. Of course, it's always good to kill the medic in theory. In practice, however, the end result was Ngolo's Kingdom finding immediate success on the counter-sack with no remorse as well. Had no reason to hold back without a medic to protect. So just went all in for that and certainly just delivered the goods here. It's the spawns coming in now for God Complex, trying to obviously hold the second point as much as possible. And it looks like without heals, Ngolo's Kingdom can't quite find the push here early. Zodiac at least finds the kill. Slowdown going down on the flank. Might be an opening. They find Decker too, trying to help out on the flank. Much too late though, sticking off by Shappy already. This should be a good opening here for them to just walk forward with not much contestant. In fact, God Complex will just fall back here, playing it safe until last and trying to cut their losses early.
Yeah, smart decision to not overextend there and really take it out, because they were actually at a small Uber disadvantage as well, and more importantly, they did not have an Uber to take stall for time. And oh my god, this sword is going to go in super aggressively. Slowdown almost goes down. Looks like he's going to be able to barely escape, but Koyo's not going to be as lucky as he's going to go down in lobby right now, and this is just going to be a very aggressive pushing here from the lobby, where they can just hopefully get in here and get the Uber force onto the medic, who's already at 70%. He's actually on 17%. It's going to eventually just going to have to pop from scout spam essentially. So a lot of really good pressure here from Ngolo's Kingdom, and they're going to be left with a big Uber advantage and basically a one-man advantage as well. The demo man's not up, so no sticky bombs for them to even worry about. They can walk in deep as long as they don't fear a sniper.
Well, they still use fairly early. They don't want to risk anything at all. So get the entry. Nice pipe for Shappy, makes up for that. Medic down, no heals for the red team. They have to just win the fight quickly, and everyone being forced to point doesn't allow that to happen at all. They have to get in on the point, which is easily spammed, easily predictable too, for everybody to eat the damage here. And that's going to be the cleanup for Ngolo's Kingdom to wrap up round number 1 in just 3 minutes. Really good pace for them so far, and I mean, you talked about it already. The pressure into last to make the force happen was really good. It's often a little bit awkward into this open-ended last point, much like Sunshine, for example, to really make this multi-direction pressure happen, but they did a really great job of it.
Yeah, indeed. Looks like this time around Koyo and his scout or soldier body are going to be a little bit faster here. Zodiac's in a dominant position up top, and here comes the double soldier bomb. One soldier goes really far, but oh, medic airshot from Silvers, just showing his progress right here. But immediately his own medic goes down as well. So this is just going to be a complete chaos mid here. Now it's just going to be scout on scout action, and they're just going to trade out really evenly. So it's going to be a scout on demo man action. Shappy, obviously, he's going to know where this scout is, and this guy doesn't know where he is. He gets the drop on him, but you know, he's still a scout, so he's going to just dance around all this damage.
That's a close call there. Slash got blindsided a little bit there, but him and Decker at least did a good job of reining in the situation a little bit here. Certainly, once again, a very explosive mid fight. Nobody really having the greatest survivability here on the mid fight, and Slowdown being one of those as well. Chappy, very heads-up sticky trap there, putting him out of his attempt to fight on mid very quickly, but that is going to keep on going for a second fight anyway. Everyone's on mid again. So much damage flying over the soldiers, constantly just circling about, trying to deny airspace as much as they can. And God Complex with numbers down already, not too keen to keep up that fight. They tried, didn't find an opening. Fair shot to try, but this will go back a second.
getting a lot of space. They're doing their best to just get in as deep as they possibly can, but they haven't really found a whole lot. Because Deck is going to finally pick up silvers here, and looks like Smile's going to be kind of counting himself lucky to get out of here. Ubers are just even here for both teams. They just got it. So I would expect some sort of counter push coming out here. Looks like that's just going to be a full-on push. I was kind of expecting it to be just a suicide wave for just from one little player, but oh no, this medic, he is in so deep. He is in the skybox. Look at that, and just gets taken down. He lost track of his scout buddy there, but the Ascent is so weak as well. This sword is going to be on him, and it eventually goes down.
Huge bomb by Koyo. Yeah, exactly. Just lands right on the combo. No way out for Ascent. Couldn't stop that at all. Killed by his good friend Koyo. That's going to sting a little bit, but they have to play through that anyway.
Caught in.
They're trying to get like some plays going here, but they just can't get anywhere. And even if they won that fight, they would have still gotten past Slash with the medic, and chances are they wouldn't have gone to mid if that went any better for Golos Kingdom. So God Complex with some really clutch DM moments here to get this back on
was
track.
So clutch there because he got in behind. Like Shappy, he wanted to go out, but he couldn't because there was a sword behind him. That was Koyo. Oh no! That bomb from Smile, though, just sinks up those rockets onto the medic in the choke. And that's going to be one dead medic there from Red Team. Ascend is still up. They're kind of missing about the player, so it looks like the second point will get capped out. But I can guarantee you there's going to be a counter push coming out here. So great bomb in there from Smile. Looks like the counter push is coming now. This is single slowdown Soldier though.
He's behind him, gets a good shot. That gets 3 rockets total. So much time for him to land all. He's needed all of them too, which makes this all the better for the Ukrainian here. Gets the kill going quite quickly, and so much damage already with everyone pushing right away. Even if that didn't kill, everyone was ready to follow up on that, and it makes this so much better in the end because they can just go straight
goes down now. That's really huge. That means that they can just play this point. Scout's going to get on it. Yeah, there's no way they're going to get out here in time. So that's going to be 1-1 here. Nice little comeback round. Really nice job there with the, I want to say like the counter sacks coming in, being very nice for God Complex and just shutting them down and then just riding that that whole wave of missing players into second, and then getting just a single demo kill from the Scout, just rushing him down. Really gonna just hurt there for Shappy, unable to get in here. So that's gonna be 1-1.
Yeah, onto the next mid fight. God Complex certainly keeping up the pace quite well. Shappy looking for a lot of damage early, standing really aggressive on the point. There comes the follow-up with the soldiers, both bombing and immediately to choke. Finding Slash is one pick to start off with, but they have to fend off Koyo as well. Deep in on the enemy territory, will be able to lift that, but the rest of the team on God Complex tries to follow up as well. Not finding much success though, all the way deep onto Blue Crate area here.
Oh, Philip is just caught in this corner with his medic. Yeah, look at the medic just killed himself. He's like, yeah, I'm not getting out. So really powerful mid there. Unlike all the other mids we've seen so far, both medics survived for quite a bit. You can kind of see that both teams swarmed around their own medics, trying to make sure that they didn't die immediately. There's a sentry gun trying to go up there. There's a pirate trying and failing to reflect all of this. Sentry gun will survive, but it's going to be pretty weak, and it's not going to be more than level 2 before this push comes in. I'll guarantee you that. And slow down, almost dies there, but he will get out alive. Sentry gun has gone down, and his Ubers, it's about to come in top 10.
Yeah, certainly. Silver Master only with 30. There's little they can do in response to this other than try to avoid it as much as possible. Not going to work too well for Slowtone here, and they have to get the point quickly while Uber is still running and try to fight this back. Uber fades now, they're getting a fight started, but Zodiac just walks over the Devilman to grab up this cap time here, get this under wraps, and a very quick round. Golos Kingdom certainly, when they have something, very diligent to just keep it going the entire distance they need to.
Yeah, it's just, they got that really, like commanding mid win, and they just rode that all the way in, and it just kind of felt like nobody had a chance on God Complex. We have a really fast soldier rollout from both teams. Both these demos are like being corralled into each other. You kind of tell they don't want to be there. But now we've got like, the double soldier bombs coming in. Looks like Slowdown's going to take it down, taking Slowdown for a little bit. As eventually Smile's going to go up top. He's going to get juggled up, gets air shot. They'll survive though somehow. Ascenta's gone down though, so now everyone else here from God Complex, they can just play around their own medic, and if they can do that successfully, this should be their mid to lose.
Yeah, that was just smart rotation for God Complex. Worked out quite well. Philip just found the medic completely unaware of the rotation happening. He comes counter sack now. It gets everything they want and more. That's the medic down. It's one more pick with Slash. It's just a matter of if they can somehow win the mid fight at this point. Not undoable, and with Smile's bomb there in the end. Probably very easy in fact. Just lands right on Decker and Philip. That's the pick there. Smile gets one more on top of that. And that's the fight wrapped up.
Yeah, DuMmTm goes down there to slow down. The mid still hasn't been capped, but it was a long mid fight. It was a very scrappy one. A lot of players with that, so it took quite a while for it. But this is going to go in favor of Ngolo's Kingdom here. Looks like Koyo might think about it. No, okay, he's not going to zoom in there and go into mid. This is in a lobby. He would have been into mid, guaranteed. But this is a little bit more organized than that. So we got the almost goes down actually as Silver's tried to catch him out. But he will manage to escape here. So it's even Ubers-ish, and it's just going to be a matter of can you send in a soldier. It's going to be a while before these Ubers come in. But
well, soldiers are already in. Slowdown right on Smile Slash with the cleanup too. Nice 2v1 there. They're baiting
on the
out.
med.
That's
alone.
The pistol will do it. There we go. Slash finds the kill, and suddenly it's 3 against 4 with heals on one side where they're lacking on the other. Bombs come through quickly. Nice attempt by Koyo. It's not enough backup coming through courtesy of Zodiac, but he's just kind of stuck with nowhere to go and nothing to gain from this position as well. Unfortunately, will not succeed.
Yeah, I really like the movement there from the Red Medic. Really nice job there. Made sure that there's no way to come in.
Smile on the Medic again, gets the force. That's gotta be a very unfortunate one to lose this early as well. I want to point out as well, that the Ascent stream title tonight has been Smile on Soldier LOL all day. Not quite trusting the class change for Smile just yet, but with the performance so far, I think Smile's the last one laughing here.
Yeah, probably. He's definitely been very, very good so far this map. There's no denying that. You know, he is Danish, so obviously he must be good.
True.
Not biased at all. Philip's gonna get caught in here. This scout should take him down. Looks like Smile's gonna be the one who will deal the final blow. But Smile, look, he's gonna be on this medic again, just cutting him off. We'll take down the scout. We'll take down the
everything. Medic. Just perfect timing to accidentally kill Slash, and then also get Silver Master. Absolutely no mercy here. Finds himself with Decker. That might not be quite going so well with the soldier on the other side. And Scout waiting one way as well, so no one ready to go there. But the damage has been done regardless of that.
Yeah.
So
never get between Smile and his medic kill. You know, Scout learned that the hard way. Ascend full Uber advantage. This soldier's going to come in here. He has been spotted though, so there's no way Slowdown's going to be able to get onto the medic. Really a passive play from Ascend right now. Just going really far back, and the rest of his team, they're out. So there's going to be an easy second cap, and they're just going to move on to a really quick push through 1, it looks like.
Yeah, maybe that option is definitely there, and they're taking it right away here. A bit of a blind foot will not quite get them to time just yet, but it's only level 1, taking off pretty quickly, switched off in fact already. Halftime trying to force people out of the point. Silvers with the wraparound as well through the upper area, just raining down Hellfire on them as they're blocking the point, but they're just being outdone on damage right now. And Zodiac, as they're trying to deal the player behind, wraps up the camp once again very quickly for Ngolo's Kingdom.
Pretty solid stuff. They've been really good at just playing the point whenever they do these last pushes, because a lot of PA teams can get really focused on tunnel vision, on just getting all the kills, but they've been doing playing a really good balance between playing the point and getting the kills and doing the damage. So really nice job so far with them. Looks like Smile's going to be pretty quick. He's going to beat the Slowdown. There's going to be a soldier duel, and they're just going to awkwardly walk away from each other. And actually going to be Zodiac who gets just completely overtaken by a scout. And this is very aggressive, and look at that, Koyo eventually going to get us in. We still have Silver still alive here. We've got the single soldier in there. Silver's on the 3k, actually takes down that scout Slash there at the very end. But very crucially, we've got the medic alive here for the God Complex.
Yeah, it's always unfortunate to lose out on mid-fight, of course, but if you can make up for that with a med living where your opponent doesn't, bombs through as well. Ooh, Smile got close there, but not enough. Silvermaster will not use with 30 health. That's crucial. If they want to take back the midpoint of the mid loss, they need the Super to make up for the positioning they lost out of the midpoint fight at the beginning of the round, so this will help quite a bit. Champion with a blind dead will only find Slowdown, well timed, but not well enough it seems. Rest of the team with 2 down still to 1 and no Uber in hand. Not too keen to take the fight, rightfully so, moving back to second, and still a long way to go before they have an Uber of their own.
Silvers looked like he wanted to go in there, and you can I could almost hear his team just running, no! Don't do it. But okay, one sword is in the skybox. There's no medic. They're actually going to go in through top. They still haven't popped it. Okay, just as I say that, they do pop it. But oh, Decker gets a little bit too far forward there. That's unfortunate. There's a big sticky carpet that they need to be careful of there, courtesy of Shappy. But oh my God, they're trying to go through 1, and they just took so much damage that it actually looks like they're going to be unable to fight the second point, even though they want to, but they might not be in a position where they should. Shappy's so weak. His medic's not going to be able to... Oh, he pops on nothing. And the only thing he's going to use with that Uber for is getting out alive. There's going to be an Uber advance as well here for Silver Master. Really disastrous push or a hold there for Ngolo's Kingdom.
Yeah, you could tell it's just like, you know, early off-season kind of rosters. I mean, nobody really scrims much throughout the Christmas period, so probably only starting like the last few weeks here to really get into shape for the cup and make a run for the money here. But you can tell there's still areas to improve on. Certainly a lot of chaos here and there in these messy fights right now. Ngolo's Kingdom, as good as they are, not quite able to control it the way they really want to. At least have all the time in the world to put up a defense here, but it has to be a good one. Ascent only on 70 right now. The longer this takes over, the better it gets for Ascent.
Yeah, they're going to Uber in right now. Just going to take in the Demo Man and the Scout. They're going to just focus down the center gun. They're taking the right side. Everyone is super weak here, but they're not playing the point. They're actually being very slow on it. And it's still sticking fully. They haven't been bounced off or anything. Eventually they're going to come in here, but now comes the counter Uber from Ascent. Scout not going to be able to get out here. And you really see what it means to just play the point with those kind of pushes. But can he get out? Looks like a yes. So far Silver Master has made it out, but he's not quite out of the woods yet. There are soldiers on the prowl.
Yeah, has one to track until this gets volley blocked by Slowdown here, but he so much damage, needs to be careful not to die. Arrows coming in handy there. Here come the rest of the forward spawns. The chase made them not get the cap quickly enough, so they are back on mid immediately, which puts them right in front of Ascent. Huge serve back to choke by the blue medic here to live and connect with the rest of the team and keep up the fight going their way. Maybe Silvers comes through, tries to initiate early, but bump into emptiness in the end, taking down. Trade for Slowdown makes it a little better. They're trying to take the fight down over the capture. All the damage forward. Huge damage.
Philip just absolutely exploded the choke. No one was getting out alive. Even gets Smile there at the end. That was just such a crunch. Absolutely disastrous. Just losing a little bit too many and Ascent not getting out of there alive quickly enough. Just a single soldier trying to hold this last, but looks like there's going to be an equalizer around here in favor of the God Complex. And yep, that's going to be that. That's going to be 2-3. There's still 13.5 minutes remaining, so this is not over yet, DuMmTm, and it's been quite back and forth.
Yeah, definitely. God Complex putting up a really, really good fight regardless of how this goes, but they want to win still, and they have a good chance on... There's something up with Demo Man called Phil, you know? Like, yeah. That must be something behind that.
you'll never know for sure. That's I'll guarantee you that. But looks like Phil's actually going to be the first one to go down, and followed by Shappy. So no demos allowed on this mid. Tom, as soldiers so far right now, it looks like Koyo just holding this high ground. Zodiac trying his best to just dislodge him, but unable to do so. So everyone else actually is just going to move out. Decker is super aggressive. He's just like putting pressure on. Normally he would have probably capped it. It looks like he's calling for his team to move in here, but that seems like a bad decision that the respawners are going to come in here. Shappy about to lay some stickies down onto this choke here, but a very interesting hit with both demos going down immediately.
Well, if they don't have a demo man, then it doesn't matter that ours is down either, so makes up for that loss quite quickly. Service, ooh, he hoped for like a funny bomb or someone overextending choke. Can't find anything, unfortunately. Either way though, it will slow down a little bit here. It's been a really fast-paced game so far, so a quick breather for everybody. Might not be the worst idea here, as they're sitting here with even Uber, trying to just find a safe way in. You could obviously just pop through, but if you pop so early, it's going to be a bad result. The bomb comes through, but immediately stopped mid-air. You want to have these go right, but it's so tough to make it happen.
Looks like Smile is gearing up for a jump in right now. He kind of has some room to do it now. Soldiers in. It looks like it's going to be the second soldier. That's going to be Silvers, trying his best to get in there, but they did a really good job just placing Silver Master in a really passive position on top of those crates right there. So that's not going to be a very successful counter bomb. But oh well, they tried their best. So we're going to have to go back here to a bit of a stalemate. But hey, as long as these guys keep sending in players, I'm not complaining. Looks like it's oh my god.
Grounds the sand, but it's still down the damage from being 150.
That's the big pig right here.
Oh yeah, actually, it tries to spam in deep, but just goes a little bit too far in. Suddenly 2 down instead of 1, which I would have much preferred.
Destroys Zodiac.
But they're still lacking positioning here. It's going to be tough to fight back, and yeah, slowly but surely they're leaving. Koyo really doesn't want to after that kill, but they kind of just have to.
Yeah. Oh, that was interesting. As yeah, they're just going to block off this choke while they get the cap out, so that's good. I think the soldier needs to get back out and they are going to do just that. They managed to take off Koyo. Koyo tried to do the big old flank. Not quite going to be able to get that in time, but there's no pressuring. I'm kind of surprised they're doing that, but I guess they just want to lock down the choke. But now there's a sorter behind lines that Smile. That's going to actually force both scouts to go back there. So this point is now so open for Ngolo's Kingdom.
Yeah, Ghost Kingdom taking a little bit of an entrance here with the distraction behind. Smile just needs to find a good timing here to make this happen. Trappy already delivering a huge amount of damage. God Compress tries to cut this short immediately, not trying to fall trapped or anything. Find Smile on the way out as well. Best case scenario, I guess, if you're leaving early, not fall trapped with the guy in the backlines. At the very least here, and make it safe to last, hold onto this round as much as you can, get the super up most importantly too, while you're building this gun to stop this offense from coming through. But we've seen round number 1, they know how to do this.
Yeah, absolutely. Both the teams have the Uber, and actually Smile's going to be on Sniper, so, you know, we've seen Smile on Scout, we've seen him on Soldier, we've seen him on Demoman, now we're going to see him on Sniper, you know, just to establish himself as an absolute multi-class that they can do it all. So it's going to be interesting to see how they try to do this. Looks like they're trying to just clear Lobby to give him as much space to work with as possible, while yeah, he's going to have some work cut out for him, because right now we see this very forward positioning from Silver Master. Actually, he's on the point right now, but usually what you see is that you put up a sentry gun and then a dispenser, and then the medic can just kind of sit there. But there's no sentry gun going up right now, so the forward positioning can be a little bit dangerous. Just because if a sorter manages to somehow walk around a corner, it's just an instant force, and there's nothing you can do about it.
I mean, they have been keen on aggressive exchanges in God Compress. In fact, that's how we kind of got here from mid to second, with them trying to exchange their way out of a mid-position fight somehow. So they're probably just keen on that more than anything, to see if that works. But they have to contest with a lot more than they might like. Sniper or Smile, like you said, watching the Cyclone already slash, not quicker than that. Unfortunately, lots of damage coming Slowton's way. Still finds Silver's first, but needs a backup. Zodiac just rushing this one in. Eventually cleaned up by a quick no-scope by Slash, but the force comes out anyway. All the damage from the other side while they're trying to rein this in from 5. Will make it happen for Ghost Kingdom. Yeah,
very nice. Really good just pressure overall coming in. And just eventually, I think it was actually like some spam after the initial aggression coming in. Like Silver's got stuffed really hard, but just the fact that they had the one-man advantage at that moment meant that people would come in and spam from other directions as well. So just really good coordinated pressure coming out from Ngolo's Kingdom, which means that they're going to be left with this big Uber advantage. They have really nice buffs. They are going to have to contend with this big heavy up in the bunker. Like, that is a secure bunker right there, but you know, they do have the ultimate weapon in the game, which is an Uber to bust with.
Yeah, and the other ultimate weapon, which is the heavy coming out post-Uber, hopefully to give up the point, but they need to get there first. Everyone's so slow. Wow. Very common trapping here. It's so tough to want to fight point without the Uber to contest it with, but you have to at some point here, and they're falling for the trap here. It's a lose-lose situation. Go for a point, get munched by the Uber, don't go point at all, or lose around immediately, and Ghost Kingdom makes the spring trap very quickly here.
They all went to the safety of the bunker, and you know, the bunker buster didn't really do its job, you thought, but it all just meant that they weren't on the point. They just cast out immediately. Smile is so weak. Looks is going to survive on 2 HP, and actually he's going to get the kill on Slowtown right there. He's going to eventually die. Koyo's going to get taken down as well, I'm sure. Okay.
Just with the accidental pipe slam over the point, can't just ascend with a full 100 for no good reason, but it will work anyway. Gets the medic down, and their way out of mid suddenly looks a lot more justified now.
Absolutely. There's even a Demoman goes in there, actually gonna kill himself, but there we go. Finally, they sack the entire team, but they do manage to take down Silver Master eventually.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try 3 more times, and eventually it will work. Especially if there's only so much health a medic can have here, and as long as somebody deals some damage, 1 rocket by Smile will be enough to get the killing blow and wrap this thing up quickly for the mid fight. To some extent at least. It's not a mid win by any means, but it's a much more affordable loss now that they have an Uber advantage at hand.
Yeah, eventually. 6-man sack, baby! It's always good time. It wasn't a 6-man sack, but they were all dead at the end.
Close enough.
Yeah, close enough. Alright, actually, I'm kind of nervous here for Silver Master. He's playing very close. He's in this sewer area, which means that he's very close to the enemy medic. If they're not careful, they're going to get completely overrun. Oh, and Soda's even in on him now. He's going to get taken down even before Uber's coming in. The Uber's actually going to get popped now. Slowdown is on the second point. They're going to have to deal with him at some point. He's going to do a bunch of counter jumps. Come on, Slowdown. You can airshot people. Do it. Do it. Oh,
not quite yet. Well, I mean, it's a 5 stacked against his ulti, of course, being, you know, the only one up against 5. But the bigger problem, of course, than him missing the shots there is just that, like you said, the positioning was weird by everybody, so aggressive, and they just got used on. I don't know how, they must have maybe been on a Wurlmon situation, or maybe they just hoped people weren't nearly as close as they were, but no reason for Ghost Kingdom not to push into that at all and just take the fight quickly.
Oh, Medic goes down really weak and eventually down. Really nice bomb in there from Smile. It's definitely got the Medic's number as supposedly Ascent has gone down as well as a soldier fight in the sewers. Looks like the medkit's not quite going to be in time for Koyo to pick that up. And now it's going to be a second cap. Everyone's dead so far. I don't think they're going to be able to get on the way into last. I am wrong. They're not going to spawn at all. So really clean take up. And that's going to be 5-2, and there's only 5 minutes remaining, so at this point it's going to take a really big effort for these guys to come back.
Yeah, it shows, I guess, that there's the quality of the main calling here just is a little bit different between these two teams. Just a few wrong choices quickly making this fall apart for God Complex here, and this lead is going to be a tough one to crack now.
Oh, the double fast soldier bomb. And they're going to take down the demo man immediately. There's a soldier behind line, that's Smile, so that's annoying. But hey, it's a pretty interesting position as they kind of switch sides so far. It means that the medics are not going to be able to get out of there alive. Silver's going to bomb in first. There's going to be a bit of follow-up, but not too much. There's a scout coming in from the flank. Dekka's going to go down, and it is going to eventually work out here. Just a single scout remaining, and there we go. Picks him up. And the fast soldier bomb, not quite good enough, but it actually did a pretty good job, I think.
I mean, it did what it was supposed to do in the vacuum, but there was just no substance afterwards, of course. That was the real problem here. They got the demo man, and then now what, right? They rotate it a little bit, but after the last one, it seems Ghost Kingdom has number on that now. Quite a bit more. Slowtown trying to get any Koyo as well. One of them died, the other one doesn't even have a chance. Probably for the best, they need the numbers on last right now if they don't want to get overwhelmed immediately by this Uber shortly incoming.
Yeah, there's a semi-gun trying to be erected here, but it's level 1. Only has 150 health. It's not going to do much. There we go. It is down, and now they're going to Uber in. Medic is in the bunker again. They're going to clear up the point. So they're doing it again where they just clear the point and going to flash the scout off again to save him. So just really smart play here, just playing the point very aggressively. I really love this. We didn't see this coming out from God Complex where they didn't clear the point. Whereas in Ngolo's game, they cleared the point immediately and just put a scout on it. And then as soon as they bomb it, they just flash the scout again so he takes 0 damage, and then they manage to clean it up pretty easily. And then even if you fail that, you still have a ton of time on the point, which means that the back caps are really scary. But that's going to be 6-1, so this map is effectively over, but you can still hit a bunch of cool shots.
Yeah, you can make yourself look a lot better here. Koyo's already the hunt, right? Immediately landing on the sand here. Big pipe by Philip. Pipes worth of damage with only 1 landing actually, and that's easy clean up for the rest of the team probably, but not quick enough. Silvers just waits for the perfect knock into the corner, claims the medic here. It's a mid-win for God Complex as a steep price of the medic going down. Not going to look quite as pretty on the scoreboard now.
Not quite, but hey, you take that, and looks like we've got Koyo. He's hiding far forward right now. He's hiding underneath the ramp. He only has half health, so this is not too good, but Smile hasn't spotted him, and he's way in there. So at some point, presumably Ascent's going to walk out this ramp, and Koyo's going to get him. No.
Alright.
Yeah,
Smile walks out to the door and just instantly looked at him from that direction. Gets out at least, not so lucky for Slowtown, of course, goes in and immediately down as well. It's the countermeasure, I suppose, to help him live in the first place. Not much of anything happening with that, unfortunately, for God Complex, and maybe just for Ghost Kingdom, in fact. Silver's trying to lead us in, but everyone's taking so much damage already. Philip making sure of that.
Oh, Medic eventually does go down. Smiley just hits the fat direct. Completely stunts all the movement here. And Silvermats is going to go down. But Zodiac, he's caught in. Maybe he's going to be able to catch that Zodiac. Zodiac was actually pretty weak. I don't think Zodiac realized that eventually he is going to get taken down. And Ascent, however, has gone down. So this is now just chaos. No heals available. Like about 3 players alive for each team. It looks like eventually they're just gonna let it go here. Smile's not even gonna jump it. Come on, Smile. But yeah, eventually 6-2.
Likely the end scoreline, yeah. I mean, it's possible to get around at this point, of course, but without Uber being built already, it's going to be incredibly difficult to find the momentum now. Certainly, God Complex is trying to steamroll into this, but they're taking so much damage so early, it's going to be incredibly difficult to sustain this for much longer. They have the crit streak, so they will have first in some capacity, but they actually need to live, first of all, to actually keep building the Uber at all. And, well, Not too happy with the positioning there and how weak they are, so mostly leaving Slaughter on court as well. Not looking too pretty on second for the red team.
It looks like they might just decide to jump in here. So he's in, he's deep. It's actually literally just him. I kind of feel like he's just screaming at the team for being pussies at this point, right? He's like, come on, commit, you pussies. And they're just not going to oblige. So now we're going to see the other team move in here through the stroke. It's actually a quick kick. I didn't even notice, and it is immediately a disaster. There's an Uber waiting for them.
Not just that, but Smile also high bomb choke at the perfect time to just instantly delete Silvermaster the moment mouse 2 was clicked on this mouse there, and that even the Uber doesn't matter there at that point anymore. It's just a medic down, crits negated immediately on entry here, and it's just a matter of cleanup right now.
Yeah, indeed. Koyo hits a nice air shot and then immediately gets obliterated. So, hey, that's a small win for everyone. 5 seconds remaining. Come on. Can this scout get a kill in the log? No, cannot. So that's going to be that. GG's have been called 6-2 favor of Ngolo's Kingdom. They were the favorites, and they are going to eventually manage to take it.
Back we go. Mid-fight will be starting any second now with Ghost Kingdom in blue, God Complex in red, fighting out for map 2 of this best of 3 in the playoff stages round 1 of the GG2's locked and loaded tournament. Let's see how it goes here.
I can not report what grenade launcher both of these demos have so far. That's the only thing I care about, obviously. But so far they're being pretty slow here. Silver's going to take control of their own crate, and looks like Koyo's going to do the same. Okay, here we go. All the soldiers are just bombing in. They're in the skybox, doing their best. Silvermaster's going to go down. Ascent immediately going to go down as well, just get banged up against the wall, but eventually everyone goes down there. Koyo's going to get taken out at the very tail end of that, but once the contest has settled, we're going to have 3 players alive, 2 scouts and a demo man. That's a pretty good little combo to have alive at the end of the mid-fight.
Yeah, the complete anarchy of the mid-fight here will go God Complexes away. You just need to plan it all together and do it well and hit your shots all together there, and maybe just going full aggro can work here. Certainly the soldiers delivering some good damage for the rest of the team, but spawns will come in and maybe a little faster than they would like to. Want to keep yard control, but they're just being outnumbered already with the medic just now coming back to the rest of the team. So as much as at the midpoint, it's not going to be much more than that, and that's a side for Ghost Kingdom here that they can have and take a second to collect themselves.
You know, I was really waiting for your deep analysis on that mid-fight. I was like, man, I do not envy this guy. Trying to come up with some sort of deep analysis of that mid-fight. It's so chaotic. It's really difficult. Ubers are exactly even, by the way, and this is the biggest stalemate of the map. This is like the one part of the map that make people not like Granary, and we're going to have to deal with it right now. You might even see people like suicide and then go banners or something, because that is a really powerful play right here. But here comes the soldier bomb in. They're going to go big. They're actually going to take down Silvers, and then that's going to be the medic killing the soldier here for a change. But both soldiers going down, so they can go banner now if they want to. But we'll see if they're even thinking along those lines. I never see people go banner.
I did like once or twice today in like various divisions. It's still there, of course, but I mean it's like a very like player preference choice, almost more than the team preference choice for the most part. So it's here.
Slash just went in alone. Just took a scout 1v1 against Zodiac and lost it. Philip actually. Oh wow, nice arrow there from Silvermaster to save Philip. He was in real trouble. He was getting bounced around like crazy. And we kind of see Silver say, yeah, he's going to jump in there, actually finds the area, gets the medic perfectly juggled in the corner there, gets the force out, perfectly played by him.
Very patient for Silvermaster, really didn't want to use that, but the second he saw the rocket lead launcher there at the end, he had to go for the Uber being popped there. Counterforce attempts coming through, but Ascent having a lot more room to surf away from, a lot more teammates quicker on their trigger fingers to find the damage on the soldiers. No one of the two between Koyo and Slowtown will find success here on the Ascent's life. The Uber still intact, and it's great news because they won't just get mid, they have a great shot at taking second here now as well.
Absolutely, they want to not use the Uber to go through here as much as possible. Like Silvermaster's obviously on 60%, so at some point, if they don't go in there and use it quickly, they're going to run out of time. But hey, this area in 4 is so easy to catch people out. Zodiac, he's going to get the look out here and see that they're pretty close. They might decide to use it, but Silvermaster has actually gotten his own Uber now.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it just takes so long, but they still got space, of course. I mean, all the yard area is going their way, but doesn't mean God Complex is too happy with this, of course, popping through a lot earlier here, trying to get the damage going with their own Uber. Certainly Ascend will retaliate with his own a lot better here as well, but it's a struggle to get position here, but with the scouts down, they have an opening.
Yeah, Shabby was in a bit too deep here. He's going to get taken down. This is a really scrappy foul. Slowtime was in behind. Going to eventually get taken down. There we go. Smile with a nice little upwards rocket. Gonna hit the roof. And now they're in very aggressive. Some really nice rockets. Decker is going to eventually go down. DuMmTm doesn't have any sticky to put on the point, but he's hitting some pipes. Wow. Really salvaging that situation with some really nice projectiles going on here. And eventually they are going to be able to hold on to that. So at the end of all of that, both teams are down about 3 players. There's some stickies above the point. I don't know if they realize, okay, now they probably do because they see the demo man. But there's also a small advantage on Silvermaster.
They're trying to fight back a little bit here, but it's such a tough one, especially with monsters now coming in. Trappy wants to get some damage. It's not really happening. Philip just stays on the Iron Bomber. I really need to ask Agro to put my Iron Bomber emote onto BTPV for this channel. That just nicely shows how big those projectiles are. But you know, if we have those massive pipes dealing 100 damage each, I mean, why not take your chance, I suppose, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The hitbox is actually so big. It's if they're in the air and you shoot into the air, you will hit them.
They just push past them with this, but
wow.
they want to get to last.
Who's defending last here?
But they're just stuck, you know. They have 3 people on last, but none of them in good position. The rest of the team slowly capping up the point, but to what end right now? They need to lift this on last first of all. Simmons tries to
can they trade
save
medics
this to serve. That was such a disaster serve for Silvermaster. Hit his head on the pipe, couldn't actually go up at all. Maybe his blessing in disguise, fall damage would have maybe killed him there as well, but couldn't escape the grasp of the soldier. Quick cleanup by the rest of them though. A really awkward push by Ngolo's Kingdom to try to go behind them with more cap time early. On second it might have worked, but half the team just was still busy on second for so long and couldn't help at all.
Yeah, I think the idea was they would go behind and then they could just sandwich them, but you know, it was kind of like you want to catch between a rock and a hard place, and the rock just never arrived through the push, and so you just kind of eventually get overwhelmed in a 1v2 while the rest of the flank just held it down on their own and managed to clean up. So really nice job here. Oh my god, look at this medic. Oh no, Silvermaster on 98%. He was caught in the corner. There's just this giant area. Oh, what a pipe there from Shappy. Eventually, looks like yeah, Ascent is just going to survive this. Zoe's still in on the point. It's going to try and take down Deca. Deca will win the 1v1, but eventually he's going to get taken down. But man, that was tragic. The Silvermaster in that corner, caught by all the stickies, and it's just going to be a matter of, can Koyo do it?
The force will happen. There we go. Ascent had used to that. They didn't see it in time at all. Silvermaster will sit at a pretty like 30% advantage out of this, which is nothing to scoff at, of course. Still costs them mid regardless, but it's making life a lot better here. They actually don't want to even wait at all. They want to come in early. It might be a little bit of a tough call to make here, but they're trying the hardest, and the bombs come through for a lot of damage, but not for any kills just yet.
Yeah, this is a very aggressive pushing. A lot of players dead. They do manage to get the blockout slashes in so aggressively. Eventually going to get taken down, but they did block the point here, DuMmTm. It means that like the rest of like Ascend and her little scout partner, they're just going to have to run away. So that was definitely worth it. They have the Uber advantage, but I don't think it's going to be quite enough to actually use it. They need a lot more players, and they also need a lot more space. And Granary is one of the maps that are like pretty hard to use a small Uber advantage on. It depends a little bit on what point you're on.
Second maybe, but outside of that, it's tough if them directly around the corner. Yeah, definitely. Ascent has his Uber now though, so Crisis might be averted here. Still sketchy about yard control at all, but they're trying the hardest to fight back here with a lot of soldiers bombing through. They will eventually try to pop through to the far side yard here, take the fight to them instead.
Yeah, they're trying to take down this demo man so hard, but no, actually Shappy will just manage to get back there, and as it is, they just clean everyone up. Actually, Silvermaster's going to get the arrow kill onto Zodiac, but yeah, he's not going to get out. There's no way Smile's ever going to let him escape. It looks like we might see Shappy trying to get the spawn camp in, and not quite going to get there in time, so he's going to have to be careful. Slash is sniping from in there, as you usually see. So yeah, he tried to go for a little play there. Didn't quite work out. The Silvermaster is still down, so there are no heals. So as long as you just check all their corners, this should be a really good situation for Ngolo's Kingdom, as they can just kind of move in. Oh, they knew he was in there. Come on, man. Like, they literally saw him earlier. Come on.
Shut up. Found to chat saying Smile is the best player in the world just as that happens.
Good god damn. Alright, there's a full Uber advantage now coming in here. Actually, that's going to go down. He overextended the sniper in the spot. Uber has come in. They want to catch out the medic. Silvermaster, yeah, he's not even going to get into last. They do manage to catch him out. It's a 3-man push on last. Obviously, they can't cap it yet. They need to wait for the second point here. But some really nice surfing going on. Dak is going to be the only player alive. He has about 50 health. Alright, he's going to need to hit all the meat in the entire world. It's going to be like a factory. He hit. Oh my god, he hits it! He
Actual scout class moment, holy. Just deletes 2 people in a row, the spawns come in to do the rest of the work, and suddenly it's just a hold.
This is the good kind of beef he just demonstrated right there. That was so clutch by him. Like, that was about to be a last. It just didn't get in there. But hey, oh no. This ascent eventually just gets saved. The slash was on. Not quite going to be able to get it. The second point got capped here, but now it's going to be a full Uber advantage. They're just going to Uber in right now. And they're going to try their best to just jottle this Zodiac guy in a way. He does manage to get onto the medic. Oh my god, he gets the medic as well!
Oh, couldn't spawn back, given granary spawn properties. Can't spawn back on the door here on the pro version at all. Just to make it not that easy for you to live stuff like that, exactly. If you want to live on Razor's Edge, then you have to live with the consequences on this map, and it's a big one. Ascent goes down, of course, as well, but it's not going to help him get out of here at all.
Yeah, this is now a situation where no one... This is a bad situation for everyone involved, it feels like. I think they're just going to slow it down at this point. They've had enough. It's even Ubers. Look like Slowtown is on spy. He might just be checking for snipers and critters and whatnot. He's not moving out of spawn as far as I can tell. Yeah, Slash is on sniper. He's just going to wait for them to walk into him, I think. But we are now in a situation where we can finally breathe.
Yeah, I mean, I think my assumption was correct here. This is certainly a map Philip quite likes, I think, and it's showing so far that as much as they're still stuck a little bit on the back foot here, they are still keeping up a really good fight here, especially compared to how process was looking like towards the later stages here. This is still all to play for Uber's build on both sides. Zodiac just in on the sniper though, will get deleted courtesy of Koya there, Philip with the Zoe killer, so while quick to at least avenge the sniper even if they couldn't save the man.
Yeah, indeed. It's going to be 2 players down. This is one of the better areas to be down 2 scouts. Like, scouts don't do a whole lot of holding on this second point, so just the soldier and the demo man are really all you need to just shut down all of these. It's going to be a soldier trade, and look like they actually might just be going in onto last. Oh, Demo's just in the skybox. What? Oh, he's so close onto Megan. There we go. The strange and rare Demo sack just comes in right now, and they have this Uber to hold on to second. And this is a good second to have an Uber for, because you can just edge this for the longest time, and if they're too close, you just Uber around the corner and immediately kill them. And Slowtown, he's going to find himself without a head, as Zodiac was on sniper. So they have this big Uber advantage, but they also have a sniper, and that's not the best pushing class, obviously. But it looks like they're just going to get straight for him.
Wait a second, Philip switched back to normal pipes for last and switches back just now again. I really want to know the game theory behind that, but at the moment I don't think it lasts too much. Uber's up only once they reach the point and they can just cap half the team invincible, because the other team will just wrap up the cap quite nicely and finally put a lead on the board here, courtesy of Ngolo's Kingdom.
Yeah, that all came from that big demo man like sack, and they sent it a double scout sack, and then when the enemy team came in there, they somehow snuck in the demo behind with the medic, and then he jumped their medic, and that worked out really well. So very weird strategy coming in here, but hey, it worked out really beautifully there. So now Shappy is pretty weak. Actually, both demos have taken a chunk out of each other. Okay, here comes the double sword bomb in. Yeah, there's no way Sen's going to survive that. That is very brutal. But the Silvermaster is pretty weak as well, as we haven't paused.
Regardless, the pause continues, the mid-fight continues like nothing happened, because in fact nothing did happen right yet. It wasn't the longest one, so expected in about 3 minutes or so. A little bit less than that even, to see the pause here. And result is, however, these bombs we saw during the pause lining up for the jump here will in fact find their targets quite quickly to clean up Silvermaster. Will be a decent bit of advantage for Sand and a clean mid-win for the rest of Ngolo's Kingdom to take position early already.
Yeah, they even have the yard right now they're taken care of, so that's really nice. If they can hold on to this, that's another point that you don't have to deal with. At least they can get it. They need to really hurry forward, and look at that Slowtown going down. Really nice pickup, so that means the yard is definitely going to go to Ngolo's Kingdom. And sometimes people describe Granary as a 7 CP map just because they have that yard area with no point in it, and then you have the inside area, and you kind of need to capture both of them. So,
well, I'd rather have 7 than 3, to be honest.
oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay,
it's
it
also
seems to be
not an actual thing.
There's like a 4v4 map people playing in 3 CP, but it's also 4v4, so that's not a real game mode anyway, so it is what it is. Anyway, pause should have been roughly around here somewhere, which makes sense. It's a bit of a stalemate. There's enough downtime with not anything messy happening where anyone needs to like have quick thinking and reaction times. That a pause is probably justifiable. That's where you want to have the pauses, either that or between rounds.
Silver's gone. He's out, and they're just gonna wait for him to come back. So yeah, hopefully they just wait. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. That was the pause. No big whoop. It wasn't a medic or anything. That's the most tragic thing.
It wasn't Eames playing with 280 ping for an entire map straight like earlier.
Oh boy. Oh.
Which did happen.
That sounds awful.
He won, so I mean, hey.
Wow. I mean, just Eames things, I guess.
Sometimes you just do it to I think them being in Ngolo's Kingdom in this case too, that was gets done.
Oh wow. Alright. Like, they're doing a lot of spam right now, but this is a very awkward corner for sure. You can kind of see Smile is holding on the end. Actually, they're just going to Uber in. Alright, so they're just going to take this advantage. And it looks like they want to send Silver's in behind. And he is in behind. He's actually going to fight a 1v1 against a Demo Man. And kind of lose it. Yeah.
Oh, well, Scout class does that to you as well. In the meantime, though, however, not just the behind play got denied, everything up in the Uber also worked really well. They just bullied their way in deep enough into second that was really not good position at all for anyone in Ngolo's Kingdom. A couple of people got caught. Medic awkwardly has to get out of there. Will manage to live, but clearly that could have gone a lot better for the blue team here if the behind play did anything of value for them, but the distraction just wasn't worth it in the end.
Yeah, it was.
Sheffield just in. Oh, he really wanted the medic there. Landed right in front of him, but missed the pipes.
Smile just got absolutely donked on by the soldier he hadn't seen. So really nice push in here. Going to take this midpoint very cleanly. They're going to take that over. If they're very lucky and they stack the point, they can make sure that Shappy's not going to spawn, but they're not going to do that. So he's going to get the forward spawn. That's actually really big, as he's not going to be able to come out here with the stingies. And look at that, the soldier immediately just takes a ton of damage. Slow down. He needs an arrow or two to really be able to get into this action here. So if they had actually stacked that a little bit more, I feel like this would have been a much better position here for the God Complex.
Alright, here comes the whole team fight with the Uber. Both teams trying to keep control of the yard as much as they can, but DuMmTm too happy about the positioning here, and Ngolo's Kingdom will come out superior, just bullying them out the rest through the second point back to mid again. It's a fine result for the mid fight, especially considering they are on the lead, but it's ultimately a bit of a nothing result as well. They're going to keep space, and that's that pretty much here.
Yeah, playing the lead is a lot more sketchy when you're only up 1-0.
Yeah.
And there's more than 10 minutes left. So.
However, on Granary, 1-0 really is like 2.5 on every other map, to be honest.
Counterpoint. Rounds can go really fast if you just roll a midpoint.
True.
So it can be very dangerous. So yes, you can slow down the map a lot, but if you happen to like lose a point, you can really roll it's very quickly. Because these mid fights can be very chaotic. We've seen that a lot, right? But just imagine that it's chaotic in one direction, so that it's just you have an amazing mid, and the enemy team just get completely destroyed and have no medic, and you can just roll in onto last. So those kind of games can happen where you get really high-scoring games because the mid fights are just so chaotic, and teams keep like winning mids really dominantly.
Yeah, it's kind of strange. Granary can be the slowest and fastest map at the same time we have, really. It just depends on how it's
played. Got our banner. Got our banner.
Just to have slow no land on too. What an unfortunate end result for this soldier there. And the counter cycle that immediately too. And they fear quite a bit. They pop right away.
Oh no, so he did pick up the medkit. It looks like he gets out of life anyway.
Well, I mean, it's a bit messy here, but Ascent will be the most successful one out of this pushy, of course. Since, I mean, he had to do basically nothing himself, find himself with full anti once again, courtesy of his teammates there, making all the work happen quite nicely, and even a Koyo kill at the end as well, just scouting out mid already and not trying to have anyone get in with the sack. The sack obviously don't care, try to come through anyway.
What a pipe from Shappy. Just take down slash.
Yeah, this prevents them.
Yeah, absolutely. He was supposed to die there, Shappy, but he's going to live because of that nice little pipe. They're still going to have this Uber advantage. It's going to be very difficult to get there in time to use it. But hey, if they're quick enough, and if they like threaten to flank enough, You can see slow down, he's watching that flank because it's so important not to get flanked when you're in an uber disadvantage. Because if you just get blindsided, you're dead. You're not going to be able to get out here in time. Slow down, eventually goes out here, and looks like they have bought just enough time here. Silver Master's actually pretty weak. But eventually they do manage to get in. Look at that smile. Tries to be aggressive, gets taken down as soon as he crosses the corner.
Alright, still space for Ngolo's Kingdom here. As much as the Uber has to come out of it, though, it makes things a little bit more complicated. Much later for Silver Master. They should be able to kill something here post-Uber on top of Smile. They're going down already. Shabby accepts the spade. Just hope the rest of the team can get out of here alive, which seems to be largely working. But with one down, one just spawning, they are not in the great position to fight back on mid. Slowdown deleted early mid-air, though, makes things a little bit more doable here.
Silver's gonna get taken down. We do have a really nice position here for God Complex, but we can see Zoe, he's waiting around this corner to just make his move, and here you go, he comes onto the medic, but no, doesn't quite hit his shots, and eventually he's just gonna get cleaned up. And God Complex, they are rolling right now. Silver is in the sniper in spawn right now. It's gonna be very dangerous to come in here, but Shabby goes down as well, and looks like it's just a big old trap. Actually, Smile will take down Koyo. But overall, this is really good. Silver's even going to get taken down by a sticky trap when he was sniper in spawn. So this could be the round that gives it all back right now. God Complex are on the point. There's a sentry gun and a heavy shooting the scout on the point. They take down the sentry gun immediately. This heavy is back in spawn. The scout's on the point, and that's going to be that. They cap it up. It's going to be 1-1 with 10 minutes remaining here at DuMmTm. What a turnaround.
Yeah, very back and forth game so far. God Complex finally finding the chance they need to make a round happen in their favor. First round of the day, but I mean, it doesn't matter how many you lose on the first one, as long as this one right now is staying as close as it is. That might just be enough to take it in the end.
Yeah, you never know. You know, we were talking about it. You can get these really big rounds, and it's very dangerous. So if God Complex just get this nice roll round here, they can absolutely win this. So got to be careful. Silver's going to go into the skybox, see if he can find anything. He's going to land on top of the demo man, but not really doing too much damage to him. Now here comes the counter bombing from both of the enemy soldiers. So much crunch as they try to go into ramp room. So is beat. He's going to go down. Oh no. This Ascent Scout medic, so weak, but Scout not going to be able to get that. There's two. No! Okay. I thought Decker was going to be able to get onto the medic here, but not quite going to be the case. Silver's going to give his life there to just make sure this medic can get away, just shielding Ascent and just his pocket away there. But a very strong mid overall coming out here for God Complex, but hey, they lose their medic for it.
Goyo is just playing ball with the ammo back some second to juggle it towards him. Eventually it works, gets the ammo, costs him 2, gets him 10. I mean, it's a net gain in the end, I guess, to get away with this, and I mean, luckily it happens in time, because Ngolo's Kingdom's not wasting any time getting back mid, or he's trying to, but I think it's nice and slow. With the one hand, it's going to be tough for God Complex to find much about it. Looking to get some bombs, and no one's really finding an opening just yet. There we go, Koyo finally finds a jump, hits one good rocket, surf away from the medic. Will be looking good. It's really weak, don't need to be careful, but it looks like they're taking care of everything else on it.
Yeah, really nice job there. Some big jumps into the skybox from Smile and Silvers. Takes a lot of attention. They take a lot of damage as well, but they crucially don't die. And they're actually just going to Uber in here with Philip very aggressively. They take down Zodiac immediately. Oh my god, and Shappy as well. So that was a really bold play, and it works out beautifully here as Philip just deals the damage in the choke. Just playing demo match to perfection, but then just get abandoned by his team. They were just all way back there dealing with some other players, and he didn't get the memo.
Ooh, airshot this, but he had so much time to find the kill anyway. There we go, all the kills tricking in. Koyo just too late to rescue. Nice shot from Sylvester, will not save there, unfortunately, as he's just stuck alone there with no medic to protect, and nothing much more to gain against everybody on the blue team.
Yeah, just going to be Philip up. He goes forward, he might run into a scout here. Yeah, you know, he wasn't expecting that at all. That's a bit of a brain fart there from him. He wasn't quite expecting the scout to be in there that quickly. I don't think they're going to be punished for it super aggressively or super hard, just because the medic is already down and like second get capped, and then he's just going to spawn and have a lot of time to put up some sticky traps. So not the biggest mistake in the world, but definitely a mistake. You don't want to die for no reason, that's for sure.
Yeah. But what if Philip hit every pipe again and had an absolute moment to just destroy them completely and win this once again? I mean, it kind of happened before for basically every single player God Complex at least once each. So, I mean, it's not out of the question entirely, but like you said, I mean, probably want to conserve your life a little bit more smart than that right now, especially with this much time left, or this little time left, I should say. Barely 6 minutes, and they're stuck on last once again.
Yeah, you know, you always want to give yourself the chance of going huge, right? So the play you just mentioned is like a 1% play or whatever.
Yeah.
Right, so, you know, of course, you're not going to have that 1% if you die. So they want to make sure that. It looks like Zodiac's going to suicide in there. Looks like he was trying to be sneaky, get on top of the crates there. Probably eventually worm his way in onto the medic. So I think we can expect him to go sniper or something sneaky, maybe spy or heavy or whatever. There's a lot of options right now. You see the heavy actually on red up on this high ground. You know, why have a sentry when you can just have a movable sentry? So that's really nice. And so he is indeed going to go sniper.
Yeah, I mean, to some extent, you really want to see a chance here to get out of the last point, get a push going that goes coast to coast all the way to the other team's last point in this time frame. But at this point, also, you need to just realize that not losing needs to be your first priority here. It is still Ngolo's Kingdom, forced to make a move here if they don't want to see this go to a golden cap. So you can just have them run into a wall of damage, courtesy of Philip's sticky traps there for a little bit of decker sniping maybe as well. Trying to leave Zodiac obviously returning the favor now as well, but you just gotta keep it calm, keep yourself collected, and just not make any big mistakes and make them be the ones making the mistakes. Yeah,
alright, I have two questions for you. One, are we gonna see a banner from Silvus? Looks like the answer is no. But then the second answer is never mind. Oh my god, Slowtown was so close to getting onto the negative. But my question is, do you just, as Ngolo's Kingdom, wait to push until you have like a relatively short amount of time left? That means that you can't get pushed all the way back to your own last and get capped upon. So do you just basically play it really slowly here, or do you just kind of play it normally and just go with any opportunity if you get?
I think like somewhat a middle ground here. You can see they're certainly trying things, but they're obviously not taking like huge risks just now. I think the really like funky, just like awkward exchanges you really don't ever see on this map will happen at the very end of the game if it comes to that, while we're still on this stalemate. Until then, they are taking it a little bit easier right now, right? Off classes are here in the slower paced moments where they still have some time to waste at least, even if not much. The sniper and the spy trying to be the difference makers right now. You have the time to get the spy in position, the sniper can just sit back, relax, and try to peek for some different angles. They're obviously a lot harder with Decker on the other side as well, but maybe that's where Smile can show something funny here as well.
Yeah, he's made it onto the pipe. That's where you want to go, and then you want to like inch your way all the way back to the other side, and then you can like do a cool drop step onto the medic. But looks like he saw, he panicked. He almost bumped into a sniper as well. So he's going to go for the low ground play, and he is in a pretty good position here, Smile. So now he just needs a big distraction, and then he can go in there. Oh, never mind. That's a good distraction. All right, the sniper gets him. Just peeks in there and immediately takes him down. So huge opportunity coming in here. The only bad thing is that they have this spy that may
I mean, he could get instant captain, I suppose, or something. Alright, here's the Force, getting it out of the equation fairly early, still 2 going down to that. It's not great news, and it's not even over just yet. DuMmTm on the spawn to everyone else on points. Courtesy of this Uber getting all the way there. Slash tries to deny it as much as he can. Philip as well, going in very late, but it's not gonna do it.
Yeah, he got lost in there. He actually does get a pipe onto the point. He just landed on it. But hey, the spy actually did manage to contribute onto that push, so it worked out really well. So Zodiac hitting the clutch shot. There's 3 minutes remaining. That's plenty of time to get around. And, you know, sometimes teams will play it really passively on mid just because they're afraid of losing, and that can actually cause them to lose. But I'm kind of interested to see if we're going to see Ascend play it very passively on this mid compared to the other ones.
We'll see. Starting off the mid, but not too explosive just yet. Koyo still trying to go aggressive, make a play. They very much have to in God Complex, of course, but gets caught quite immediately as well. Both soldiers hanging back, just waiting for people to come their way and rain down the damage right in front of them from the garage door. Take down 2, spam down the medic, and take down Slowtown actually at the end as well. Try to wrap around, but they're just all falling trapped to both Smile and Silvus, like you said, taking it a little bit easy, standing back here and letting them commit first.
Yeah, they were so passive and they didn't get punished for it at all. It actually worked out really well for them. And now we're going to get this Uber Force out. Well, not Uber Force, it's just an Uber exchange. They know they have to do something. There's 2 minutes remaining. So they need to get Ubers out of the way. They can't afford to have these stalemates. And now we're going to just see this force fight. Soldiers drop down. Coil does a lot of damage, but he doesn't get a kill. It needs to be a follow-up. And actually, Shaq is going to go down to this Philip Sticky. There's Smile up top here. Gets Slowtown. Looks like he's going to get the medic as well. Not quite. Well, everyone else on this team are going to just clean up. It's just going to be Decker left alive. So they will clean that up. There we go. And that should be just about that. It's still not over, but it is very close to being so.
Yeah, I mean, with this time left, it's not to do much from this position forward. They just are in a painful spot now where they just have to see the timer trickle down on them from their own last point. With not much they can do about it. You can try one onto a push, but it's the odds are so heavily stacked against you now.
Yeah, I suspect we're just going to see him sit back really far. See smile up here on the balcony or on the on the railing there. Gonna eventually drop down. Actually, they do get a bunch of kills. So they can get this second cap out just fine, and they're just going to keep on pushing. They're going to eventually run into an Uber, but hey, that's not in there yet. See Koyo, he's going to do a big flank. Get in onto the demo man here. Oh, actually gets a lot of damage onto the medic. And the second bomb slowdown, he does it. They can actually do it here, DuMmTm. There's 40 seconds remaining, and they do manage to get the enemy medic, so they need to blob up, get in here, get the cap point. So he's in the corner, does a lot of damage, but looks like he's not going to do enough. But they're losing so many players. Now the back cap gets forced out here. Oh, this is so annoying for them here. They need to go back. They want to go forward so badly, but they need to block the second point as well. And I think that's going to be just enough to just slow them down to the point where they just cannot capitalize.
Yeah, well, that might be spelling the end of the game here with a little bit more fragging going around. Nice attempt for Slowdown. No, Koyo steals it right in front of him. Airshot denied. This one for the Lord. Granted, Granary airshot jumped out anyway because of pipes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the end of the game. Ngolo's Kingdom had the work cut out for them here by God Complex, giving them a run for their money. 2-1 will be the end scoreline. They're moving on to tomorrow's next stages of the tournament here. It looks like most of all results also in for the current round of play here. It seems so. The bracket should be updated already for all but one game, which is one map done already as well. So we're getting there. Looks like this might have been one of the closer games. Most of these, in fact, all of them has been 2-0s across the board.
Virtus Pro versus Monkey Mode and New Team versus Bus Crew are like the most competitive matchups. I think we're going to see tomorrow.
Only a few of the people watching are subscribed right now.
Ooh. Yeah,
you should probably get to change that. Follow and subscribe, and use that Twitch Prime that you haven't used yet. It's just sitting there. Why are you waiting for it?
Follow, and you'll know when it goes live, and there will be much more TF2 action.
I mean, certainly. I mean, if you wanted to stay in the know here, follow all of us on Twitter at Kritzcast on Twitter to find out when the stream is going live tomorrow. Yeah, so stay tuned with all of us, and yeah.
Good night.
Hi, old beaver! Away!